let me try, and then I've got some more information for you here. I struggle with religion, as many of you know, and I don't allow a lot of it on the radio, but I also do disallow it. And I really thought that with all of the people that I've had on who are off on the edge, and I know that a lot of you think that Scallion and Hoagland and the list really goes on for a while, are out on the edge, and I never came at it from a biblical point of view, and I thought Larry would be an opportunity to do that. He was, and what's bothering me about the whole thing, there's a whole litany of things that bother me. One of them is that religion seems to say this is inevitable. I don't know if I believe that. I think that science is a very powerful thing, and I believe that if something was coming at us, assuming that we got to know about it beforehand, and I think comets are a lot like bullets. I'm told that when you're hit with one, thankfully I never have been, you get hit with a bullet and then you hear the sound. You never see it coming, you never hear it coming. You just, you have a hole in you, and then you hear the crack of the rifle. And that's very much, I suppose, the way a comet could hit. So, Larry could be right. I don't know, the whole thing just disconcerted me in a very strange way. But I'm glad I did it. Does that resonate with you at all? I have here something that apparently is a great honor, and so let me read this, and we'll get into other things here, but this just came over my fax machine. It says, "Dear Art, you have been awarded the best radio talk show in the Phoenix New Times newspaper. The Best of Phoenix issue is very respected. This means Mortar Valley residents that are, well, I don't want to say that. Anyway, Art, what I'm trying to say is this is a great honor. Congratulations, my friend. You're the best in Phoenix, Arizona. In the world, your friend, Rick." Last year, the award went to Bob Mohan, KFYI. And he sent the article. And here it is. It says, "Best Radio Talk Show. Dreamland with Art Bell, Sundays 7 to 10, KFYI. Crystalline structures on the moon. Film footage of the dissection of a Martian. Bigfoot actually an alien. In these days of talk radio, taking the blame for various anti-government acts of terrorism, Dreamland concerns itself with more celestial topics. Each Sunday evening offers listeners the opportunity to comment on the theories of experts, topics of alien abduction, Roswell incident, predictions for AD 4000, as well as interviews with legendary abductees, including Arizona's very own Travis Walton. At the eye of this ideological hurricane is the calm, unskeptical master of ceremonies, host Art Bell, broadcasting from what he refers to as the Kingdom of Nye. Nye County, Nevada, being the renegade county it is, whose commissioner ownership of federal land to the county. Bell prides himself as being the broadcaster closest to Area 51, it's true, the renowned alien crash site at Nellis Air Force Base, not necessarily true. As he had a sighting, of course, listening to Bell's measured, even tones, you know that to him, any theory is as plausible as the next. Add to the mix advertisements for shortwave radios and companies that will help turn your cash savings to gold, and you have a radio show reaching out to the anti-government Second Amendment survivalist militia crowd as well. But Dreamland is not to be typecast. As Bell intones at the end of each show, Dreamland is a program dedicated to areas of human experience not easily put into a box. Things seen at the edge of vision, yet as real as the air we breathe but can't see. That's the article. And so they have awarded me the best radio talk show host, best radio show, I guess. Thank you. That is quite an honor, and the best of Phoenix 1995. Thank you. Whether it is Dreamland or this program, that sometimes models itself after that in some senses. It is the very diversity that I seek that I think accounts for the success, or I hope does. So that's a great honor, and thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. This night's in Entertainment Tonight claims they are going to show additional footage of the Santilli film tomorrow, 9/22. The brief snippet of film they showed was of the panels with the six-finger impression. I'll be damned. I wonder if Fox is trying to sell off the footage there that doesn't fit into the Roswell theory. Or is this an attempt to release credible information through less than credible sources, or vice versa? In any event, I thought people ought to know so they can roll a tape. She signs it Susie Luce. In Santa Barbara, normally I'm sure that's not a real last name. Susie Luce. I like Susie Luce. So there you have it. Entertainment Tonight with additional footage showing the panels. Wow. Don't miss it, folks. I can't tell you how disconcerted I was by Larry, and I don't know why. Then this. Just in, seismologists say, you should love this, that an earthquake that shook a wide area of Southern California Wednesday was stronger than previously thought. They say the quake's magnitude was at least 5.8, upgraded from 5.5. The quake struck at 4:27 p.m. Pacific Time Wednesday. There are reports of minor damage, no injuries. It's the second powerful quake in a month, centered about 10 miles north of Ridgecrest. A Caltech seismologist says a magnitude 5.4 quake centered in the same area on August 17th was actually a foreshock to Wednesday's quake. The quake was felt throughout Los Angeles and its suburbs, in San Bernardino, Orange, and as far east as Las Vegas. Do you get the feeling that I do, and I don't like it one little bit, that the other shoe, as I keep saying, is about to fall. And I cannot tell you how disconcerted I am this morning about all of this. It'll pass, I hope.
Somewhere in Time with Art Bell continues, courtesy of Premier Network.
All right, there is, as always, a great deal of news to talk about. But I think that what I'm going to do for now is, rather than, maybe I will. There's just so much going on. AT&T is breaking up into 3 different phone companies. Now, they're not, divestiture already occurred. They're doing this voluntarily. We will have, as we know it, AT&T. No change in your phone service. That'll be one company. The second one will sell equipment. The third one will sell business computers out of the home market into business. They will end up laying off probably about 8,000 people will get a pink slip as a result of this. The market likes it. The shareholders love it. And me, I miss the old phone company. You know what? I really miss the old phone company. I miss phones like the phone I've got right right here. I've got one right here. You know what it is? I look on the back of it. You know what it says? Bell System property, not for sale. Not telephone. ISD's telephones. And I suppose really I ought not have this phone on. But it's property, not for sale. Probably the phone police are going to come get it and run it. But I mean, this is an example of the solidity of the phone company the way it once was, and I miss it. I miss the phone company. And now it's going to split up even more. OJ, it is possible we have seen the last witness in the OJ Simpson trial. Vida, that's all, folks. Well, not fine. Yesterday, a motion to suppress evidence based on the impeachment of Furman and Van Atter denied. A motion to limit the length of closing arguments next week denied. Closing arguments begin Tuesday, the date after the beginning of the trial. Closing arguments will begin on the anniversary of the beginning of the trial. Frederick Whitehurst, the FBI guy who was going to testify if they could get him in, will not. His information not considered relevant to this case. So that's about it. No limit on final arguments. The jury is beginning to get a little steam, I would say. And can you blame them? So that's it, folks. Other than the closing arguments, it's over. What kind of jury verdict do you expect? Colin Powell in Boston on his book signing, which, by the way, has gone right up to the top of the list. It is now the #1 bestseller, Colin Powell. He clearly is now leaning more toward being, I believe he's going to run as a Republican. He said yesterday, quote, the GOP is a big tent that can indeed handle moderate positions on gun control, abortion, and so on. The latest poll, commissioned I think by NBC, shows that if Powell were to run against Clinton, Powell would have 48%, Clinton 33%. In other words, Powell would beat Clinton. Bob Dole versus Powell for the nomination is a statistical tie. Now, I would like you to think a little bit about this. Powell would beat the hell out of Clinton. 48%, 33%. But now digest the following. 71% of the people say they know very little about Powell. Now, what does that say? What does that say? 71% of the people say they hardly know a thing about Powell. And yet, by 48 to 33%, they're willing to replace Clinton with Powell. Now, what does that say about Clinton? What does that say about Powell? And what does that say about the electorate? I'm not sure any of it's good. Frankly, I'm not sure any of it's good. So, there you are. Powell made a statement the other day about, says politicians are demonizing immigrants. He is the son, as you know, of a Jamaican immigrant. Said Monday that he supports banning welfare and other government benefits for those who enter the country illegally, except when it comes to children. Interesting. Bosnia. The UN, I mean, I've just got to get it's too important not to get this stuff in. The UN has announced it is suspending the bombing of the Serbs indefinitely because they have, according to the UN, complied. They have moved 250 heavy weapons outside the exclusionary zone, lifting the siege of Sarajevo. The map of what used to be Yugoslavia has changed again. The Serbs have got about half the land. The Croat Muslims Croats and Muslims have about half. There are now 90,000 Serb refugees on the move. There is no peace agreement. So, what have we done? Can anybody out there tell me what we have done? We have assisted the Bosnian Muslims and the Croats to take back about 30% of the land they lost, making it roughly half and a half. We've done that. They have not stopped the war. They still want to kill each other. We're going to try to force them into a peace agreement, and if we are unfortunate enough, in my opinion, to achieve that, we will then send 18 to 25,000 Americans to enforce the peace and remain there, I think, for a very long time. And as soon as they leave, of course, the war will begin again, because we have not changed the hearts. All we've done is bomb them into submission. I did predict that we'd be able to do that. We have done that. So I guess I would just say, what next? We'll be right back.
You're listening to Art Bell. Subway.
interesting story. The chief of police in Los Angeles, Willie Williams, is suing the city of Los Angeles. Suing his employees for $10 million. He claims the city defamed his character by leaking a story about receiving a free room in Las Vegas. In other words, I guess it means that city council or somebody in the city government leaked this and then leaked the story and then there's people realized that they was character. When it turns out, I'm told that his wife's level of gambling entitled him to the free room. There are, the high owners in these things get free room if you have on the costs. And so the city council apparently, the way I understand it, restricted it somehow or another. But now people say, listen, the question is, you serve the city you're working for, and serve that city at the same time. I wonder if that's what the intent is. So, to the telephones, and let's see what we've got out there. Eastern Rockies, you're on here, huh? Good morning. Where are you?
Washington City is about how we're going to. No, it's our first snow this year.
You're listening to KHOW.
Right.
Wow, I didn't heard about that. Snowstorm in Denver.
And a matter of fact, it's now got Clinton and or Flynn that were forming themselves too because they ran it out of the National Guard and one of the ice machines or the ice machines out. So they had for stuff from the other day.
Wow. All right, so I'll understand. Anyway, welcome to the program.
Thank you. What I wanted to comment on is when everybody's feeling really uneasy, I was thinking perhaps it's our inner self, all the time you just kind of listening to things and saying, I really need to prepare. We need to get this aside and take care of this a minute. And then when other people talk about it, some things, they're really kind of looking at the world. I haven't done this yet,
Really gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, and it's because it's the one thing happening right now. When Mercury goes retrograde on Friday, it's going to be worse.
Well, we'll survive, and you'll probably survive the snowstorm too.
Oh yeah, but it's my roof stays in one piece. I had a couple of rams that came in and hit the roof guard and stuff like that.
Really, I know that kind of wet snow is very dangerous and brings down phone lines and power lines.
They come out.
Very heavily with your cables out.
Yeah.
Well, do you have emergency radios and lights and stuff like that?
Not the lights, but the radios we get there.
I'll tell you what I recommend. I've got it here, and I really recommend it. Bob Crane sells it. This is not even an ad. You put a solar panel up on your roof. They're not expensive. And it charges every day, an emergency battery, power pack that they designed, and it drives lights. And doesn't cost you a penny. After you make the investment, the sun comes up and charges it, it really is a very, very good idea. You guys found great about that. All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
Take care. And then I'll say this one more time, I guess. And in fact, I better say it a few times. Here's a fact. Dear Art, just to warn you, there's more than 1,000 last-minute book orders with a request for your autograph on the way. Since you gave in, or out, to the tuning at about 12:15 a.m. Pacific on Wednesday night, Thursday morning show, many of us finally got off the ground and went for it. There is something about competing with 8 million people that makes a person think no matter how fast one moves, one is always going to be too late. Does that strike one? Anyway, thanks for the relenting in your adamant statements about signing more than 1,000. 1,000 is a pretty small percentage of your audience, and there are so many more that want your second book. Anyway, that was from Bill Rivers. What I'm saying is, I am really away because I got a call from a publisher today and they said, well, we're already advertising. And so that put me in a real pickle because that would mean that I would have to come on the air tonight and say it's all over already. Give everybody like a 1 day warning. I thought that was only fair. I mean, it kind of, I know, so I thought that on the whole thing earlier tonight. And here's what I'm doing. If your letter is postmarked no later than today, now this really is ironclad. This really is ironclad. If it's postmarked no later than today, the 21st, let's be very clear about this. Whatever number come in, I'll sign. And then that's it. That's absolutely it. So in other words, I guarantee you that if you get a postmark today, no later than today, you'll get a signed, autographed copy of my book. Okay? That's the deal. That way you know you cannot lose out. And because I couldn't face it around here tonight, telling you it's all over because people who mailed me yesterday would be saying, I got I got cheated. And so I don't want that to happen. So I'm giving you honest, fair warning here. This is it. It's going to be postmarked today. And if it is, then you're guaranteed you'll get an autograph from it. How many that means? Sorry. Too many, I'm sure. But I'll do it. I mean, I'll do what I can do. So, rest of the Rockies, you're on the air. Mr. Gerhard here in Oakland, California. Yes, sir.
Well, I think that, kind of like what somebody earlier was talking about, I do believe in prophecy. However, I do not necessarily believe that this means that the religion of this or that particular prophet is necessarily true.
Well, I'm with you there, and I reserve, no matter what people may conclude about me on the answer, I reserve judgment, and I'm very agnostic when it comes to not just religion itself, but to prophecy, even that of Michael Scouting, who I very much respect. But it seems to me like they're all sort of saying about the same thing.
Well, if there really was a God, I seem to think that, well, there is. It's the earth underneath our feet.
Let me try.
I would say that,
Let me try a little reverse thing with you. Maybe this will help answer it. And anybody else who wants to try this is welcome to too. If you were God, and you look down on what was going on all around us today, what would you do?
I would say there's too many people. I would say that what's going on is kind of like with these motorcycle have some of those tiny rats in the cage. It's just all this goofy stuff starts happening. I would say that if there really is a God, there would be more along the lines of what the Native Americans of the Southwest felt. It most certainly would not be the God of a band of desert wandering, food-bitten, king-jockey mass murderers, only now called the ancient Hebrews, which through a series of bizarre historical accidents.
Aren't you being a little rough on them? I said, aren't you being a little rough on them?
Well, everybody is, comes from that background in one way or another. In historical accidents, the God of violence is no longer banned. True Christianity under this law has come to dominate, or at least predominate, the part of the world. And it's just a serious history. I think about that one and another one. That one is the hero, that one was there. You see what I'm saying? It's total random.
So you would as God, you would do something to eliminate a bunch of folks.
Probably.
All right, I'm holding there. Look, try to approach yourself. Try to approach yourself. Ask yourself. I know this person never really should put themselves in the position of God, but suppose you were. In other words, all powerful, being creator. And you look down now on your creation. What would you do? Ask yourself, really ask yourself that question. West of the Rockies, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Nat Button.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Listen, I liked your guest, even though it was kind of difficult to listen to. I share your angst in the sense of discussing your religion and having to be saved. You know, I mean, there's decent people out there, you know, and I think you don't know.
I can't believe it. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I don't believe that the born agains and the particularly religious devotees are going to be all sucked up while the rest of us who haven't taken that step are going to be left behind by me here in the
I need to sit down with someone, you know, out there, not a Mongolia who hasn't, you know, and by the way, I did get through to his line on his book, he's going to be we haven't brought this up yet. I mean, I can talk about Bosnia, but one thing that's really been on my mind is there was a custody case in Texas where a judge told a woman she's Mexican by birth, she lives in the United States, and she was trying to make her double bilingual with 5. And
I'm very familiar with it.
And the guy told her that this was child abuse.
Yeah.
You know,
The judge warned her that if she did not start speaking English, he would call the child abuse and remove the child.
right. But she was apparently, she knew some English, but she was trying Spanish first because.
Oh, no, her English was quite good. I heard her.
Right. And, she was speaking books, but she figured that, with Spanish first, she could get her learn some English later. And I just, for all the English first people out there, what you're hoping for is that Spanish, you just have to be able to hear Spanish out there. It's really scary, because.
Well, that judge needs to take a very long walk up a very short period.
Exactly. But I mean, the judge to do this is really, really, really scary to me.
Well, I agree with you. Thank you very much for the comment. That was so stupid. That stacks of fascism, that is not what we want now. If you don't get it, it's the enormous to learn English. You learn English. So when I was a kid, when I was on Okinawa in the 40s, I was actually quite fluent in Japanese. It's one of the things I used to. But I couldn't eat It's really serious. You've got to do the basics. What's about? You got to start right there, and you got to learn how to order food. You got to learn how to, and if you don't make it. So it's an obvious thing here in America. And what business a judge would have intruding into somebody's home, mandating what language would be spoken. This is absolutely so outrageous that it's hard to even consider seriously. And it would be laughable if it weren't so detestable. Rob Cartline, you're on here. Hi.
Hey there, how are you doing?
Okay.
I was just wondering, what do you think about some of the oral things we got? I was thinking that perhaps we should get away from the end of the world thing for a while,
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Seems like we, put ourselves into, worrying so much about those little things,
Well, then go ahead, sir.
You can't say something else, well, that's what I meant, is that,
Yes.
the quickening,
Now, here you go.
it's like,
You're talking about the end of the world.
I know, that's what I called this too.
Talking about the end of the world.
I
Let's talk about something else other than the end of the world.
I mean, stay away from thinking about the end of the world.
Go ahead, sir. You see what you're doing?
Yeah. All right.
All right? Have a good night, sir. suppose it will end. I'll smart myself out of this, I suppose. You know, it's just that so much of it bleeds together. It's so bothering me. I mean, Mike, who sent me the fax, has got it right. Too much of this is weaving together. You know, we're going to do, since we're on the subject anyway, we're going to do a special issue of our newsletter on the picking. That's in the planning stages right now. Well, I've got enough material for it, don't
Now, we'll take you back to the past on Artville Somewhere in Time.
Well, I really needed this. This comes from Diane listening to Kim Los Angeles. And it's a follow-up. Yesterday, Diane sent us a story about two men who broke into a mortuary. This is really awful. In Los Angeles. And stole a bunch of computers and this and that. But while they were in the mortuary, they had sex with two of the dead female bodies in the mortuary. And there is nothing to charge them with other than breaking, I suppose, and stealing whatever they steal, because there is no law. See if you believe this, there is no law that says sex with the dead is illegal. Now, Diane is sending me a fax saying that on NPR News, this last half hour, KNBC reported that one of these individuals is the great nephew of a very important person here in America. Before I put this on the air, I want some verification elsewhere. I hope that you understand I am. So, if somebody in LA, please don't fax me, call me. What I'll do is open the line for LA and see if I can get independent verification of this. And if I can, we'll get it on the air right in the top of the hour news. This is the gosh darkest story I have ever seen, and here it is again, apparently, still in the news in Los Angeles. So, and thank you for keeping me up to date, and you've been largely on target. I've got a name here of one of these people. Do not believe who he is related to. My God, what a story. Anybody with information on this, before I get on the air, call me out from Los Angeles, please, at 1-800-618-8255. I want confirmation of this, please, during the top of the hour, the next 5 minutes. So I'm going to go searching for LA only at 1-800-618-8255. LA only on that number for 5 minutes here. I'll be right back. Most markets.
That was Artville listening to 680 on Gator, Somewhere in Time. You're listening to Somewhere in Time. Tonight featuring Coast to Coast AM from September 20th, 1995.
Well, maybe it'll be fun just to stick around and see how I will snap myself out of this. It cannot be fun to listen to talk shows who's stressed. And I actually looked at it and I was very impressed about the state of mankind. And you know, somewhere here I've got the Unabomber's quote. When he wasn't altogether wrong, not necessarily, he was altogether wrong. Says the great guru of modern technology. I'm dead set in the middle of it. You know what though? I don't think modern technology is the cause. I think maybe he is really wrong about that. Modern technology is not the cause, I think, of the social degeneration that we're clearly seeing. What is, I'm not altogether sure, but I don't think it is computers or microchips or advances in technology. I don't think that's causing people to throw babies through windows and drown them, have sex with the dead, and do all these kinds of depraved, horrendous, totally indigestible social acts. I don't think it is technology. I really don't. And I don't think it's TV either. But it is something. Wild Card Line, you're on here.
Yeah, going from Eugene, the land of political correctness.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrible here. Listen, if Colin Powell can run as a Republican, then we'll have Walter Mondale or Mike Dukakis. I mean, if you're not dead set against bringing taxes for a language from your for them, and if you're not dead set against illegal immigration, you're for it. And those are the two big issues in this coming election.
And if you're not dead set against stopping gun control, then
I agree.
Then you're for it.
I agree.
So yes, look, I don't see a great deal of difference ideologically between Colin Powell and the governor of California, Pete Wilson. And I don't think either one of them is electable in a convention that is going to be made up of pretty much ideologically pure Republicans.
Thank you. I wanted to hear that argument. I was impressed with that thing that made me feel better.
Does that cheer you up?
It does. It does. Thank you.
Well, whatever does it for you, sir. Thank you very much for the call. You know, if you've been around for a while, politics, you know what conventions are like. And it is even going to be, I think it's going to be Bob Dole. But, you know, one of these Brescian surveys says that Colin Powell could beat Bill Clinton by a much bigger margin than could Bob Dole, who is, by the way, in a statistical tie Colin Powell for the nomination. Colin Powell would beat Clinton right now, 48 to 33%. Imagine that. And if you really want something to worry about, check this out. Over 70% of the American people say they don't really know very much about Colin Powell, but they're ready to make him president. I'll be in bed tomorrow. Rest of the Rockies, you're on the air, huh?
Yes, this is Eagle River, huh?
Eagle River, Alaska.
The River of Eagle.
I've not heard that in a long time.
Hey, listen, while in Christmas is nephew, you have a pretty strange idea of what sex is, huh?
Yeah, please.
Hey, yeah, listen.
Did you listen before you phone?
Refresh my mind.
Refresh. Oh God, we're gonna be OJ it from now until forever.
Hey, listen, speak of that, that's why I called.
Oh, okay.
And I want to tie it in, you were talking a lot about Colin Powell.
That's a brother. It's a double murder. Sure, let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, I saw Colin Powell in an interview, and he said it was a shame that there's still people like Detective Mark Furman in America. And I never answered that call.
What is that?
And that's what it's twofold. But the first thing that came to my mind, yeah, that maybe we don't know what the truth is about detectives for a reason, maybe being trained by the SEAL team. But on the other hand, Colin, how about the other Colin from Jamaica that took it upon himself to lead up the white people on the Long Island commuter train? It's funny that Colin didn't mention that. And Colin Ferguson, has been convicted, and Colin Powell doesn't realize that that's what the real shame is. The real shame is Colin Ferguson.
No, they're both shames. They're both shames on us. Colin Ferguson is a shame on us. I see where you're coming from and how you're coming at him. That's clear. But Colin Powell's not wrong. He's not wrong. It is a shame. It's another topic. Race relations appear to be, other than in lawful ways or legislative ways, race relations in the hearts of people seem to be hardening and worsening. So Colin Powell's not wrong about that. And what difference does it make whether you talk about some crazy black man who takes a gun and shoots up white people, or the other way around? Anybody who's killing or maiming or burning because of racial or ethnic differences, there's no about insane burning.